What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Showtime is Blazer King, and we're here for Takopi episode 3, which is not a thing I thought I'd be saying, but because that one person on Twitter that I mentioned in the last episode vouched for that something was gonna happen, I continued episode 2. I watched episode 2, and after having to go like this for like 10 minutes on and off, we got to the good point. We got to what needed to happen. I'm going to get serious for just a second. And speaking of the thing on screen, look for help and hope for the best. First caveat would be, as always, while it might get worse in a couple weeks unless these collective shout sons of bitches get put down. If the video is shorter than intended, do blame the red guys for not knowing how to check copyright, just like they won't know how to age check people because they use an AI for everything. So, a lot of things might get ruined for no reason. But that just do be how the red guys do things. Second caveat would be, if you're watching the show, whether you like the horrible contents of the last episode or not, do let me know your thoughts on the show thus far, good or bad. You know, do you agree, do you disagree that's good that Marina bitch got taken down a peg? I sure am. And let me know if maybe I took my reaction a little bit too far. But in all seriousness, as soon as I saw that camera hit her in the eye, I was so happy. And the third and final caveat is, if you're not going to comment something, at the very least it's highly appreciated to leave it running, hit like button, subscribe, and all that good stuff. That all being said, let's get into this episode and hope the show stays good. Because people love the show. Like, adore. It's had at least an 8 out of 10 for the first 3 episodes, and considering episode 2 makes me want to vomit, but first and third in this episode? No, I'm not skipping the recap. I'm basking in this. A genuine smile. All from taking out a bully, which, hey, here's a lesson, kids. Take this half seriously because I don't want to get in trouble. If you see somebody being bullied, you earned it, buddy. Takopi, you might have won full R word for the past couple of episodes, but you eventually got your shit together, and for that, we respect and thank you. Oh no. Okay, well, he followed them, but did he notice bitch face McCuntington die? Well, thank you, I appreciate it. But 1, you weren't fast enough. 2, don't go back there. Wait, he can see it? He can see it? No, Shizuka's just sitting there like, okay, so are we going to try to explain this rationally, or does Takopi need to be a 2-time murderer? Closure. Okay, so she did take him to the body, and she's explaining to a point what happened. She's not taking responsibility, which is good, because it was Takopi who landed the blow. And how are the cops going to arrest a little alien creature? Shh! And he's just standing there horrified. Which, in theory, is understandable because, listen, anyone just standing there looking at a dead body might be a little bit horrified. But if he knew what the whole of the situation was, which he knows some of it, but not all of it, he might actually... He looks like the smart kid in class. He'd probably just stand there even at like 8 or 9 years old and be like, okay, you know what? Yeah. Just a casual ass conversation next to a dead body. It's fine. Is it though? Well, yeah, she was the one being bullied, beaten up, almost murdered. But no, nobody would have given a shit about if Shizuka was murdered. No, there wasn't. They tried at least 6 different times to have another way happen. Like, she was about to murder Shizuka, and Takopi finally got his fucking shit together. She doesn't deserve the help. It is. It's very funny. Because you want to know what? That little blonde cunt would have been laughing when she killed Shizuka, but no, all the rest of you would have been like, haha, it's so funny she hasn't come to school in a week, and then find her dead body in the woods like, oh, that's why she hasn't been to school. Well, oh well. So that's the excuse she's going to continue to go for. I mean, that's fair and valid. But, like, Shizuka also could be honest with the kid and be like, listen, if this didn't happen, I'd be the dead one. Would you prefer that? I mean, granted, yes, it's childlike logic, and she's just trying to rationalize with him about how the bitch died. But also, she very well could have explained that if that didn't happen, she'd be the dead one. Because that, at least, she is aware of. Like, 8 and 9 are still dumb as fuck, but they're old enough to know. And that's kind of where a majority of my hatred comes from, is the fact that even at the age of 9, she should know better to not have done the things she did. Oh well. Why? She wasn't the one who did it. She was just there. She was being assaulted. She was being attacked. What is she going to go to juvie for? Nothing. Like, in the actual eyes of the law, if they can't see Takopi, and they can't find fingerprints on the camera, how are they going to blame her? She has bruises. She's been beaten and battered. So clearly she was the original victim. You know, it's not like fucking they're teenagers and it's a dead guy on the ground and, you know, she can claim that things that didn't happen happened and she actually ended up killing him just because. No, it ain't like that. She killed somebody who was abusing her, beating her. This little blonde girl got what she deserved. I'm sorry, dude. Are you going to tell somebody? But cops should be looking for evidence, therefore, what evidence? No fingerprints are going to be found on that camera. And that's even if the camera's found. Plus, again, all the threats on her desk, on her book bag. Like, literally, could have just been somebody at random defending her. Like her whore of a mother. Or her father who's not in the picture. He might have heard what was going on, but it wasn't her, so what's she gonna turn herself in for? Well, thanks for the answer. Good girl. Why are you looking so horrified? You're the one that decided to stick around, investigate, and talk to them. You could have been the little bitch boy and went to, you know, tell the police, oh my god, I found a dead body and a friend of mine was near it and she looked all beat up and I think she's the one who... And the cop, and it'd probably be like the ghost stories thing where it's like, I see, yep, And then the child's like, damn it, Krispy Kreme's been running. He's like, what? I still need to watch ghost stories, for the record. And honestly, I think my less than fucks given about the current situation means that ghost stories is probably a perfect thing to watch. Yeah, now he's kind of in a bind too, because like, I just wanted her to turn herself in, get a lighter sentence. I like her. I want her to be safe, but this is a bit much. Oh, good. He also has a traumatizing household. Your mom's a whore. Mom's the one who caused this. Pancakes? Like, the reactions he's having right now both does speak to both the traumatizing childhood and the fact he likes her. Like, I thought that even before a majority of the issues that happened in the last episode, though. He's like, fuck, fine. Memory box? That seems like it also could rewind time. Destroy it. Yes! No, that is amazing! Here you go, you little cunt. You can have a funeral service in this thing. Forever. And he cloned her! At least this cunt will be much more likable, right? Nah, not harming Shizuka, not harming innocent animals. Just existing. Now, going home and being mistreated by this cunt's mother, that might be a different story. Attitude-wise, that's something different. That's probably the thought he just had too, is like, wait, but I don't think I can nail the bitchy attitude. Now Takopi's like, oh, I just got myself into something I probably shouldn't have, didn't I? I mean, yeah, that whole thing is unnecessary. Like, they literally could have just buried the body, done away with it, and not worried about it. You know, the stupid mother might have like not had her daughter come back, her husband gone for extended periods of time, and she might. But theoretically, that's better than letting the alien get beaten on. Like, again, sorry, I don't mean to openly say that people should be harmed, but there are these types of people that deserve it. Okay, now I will be a little touch realistic in the thought process here, but while yes, Marina did 100% deserve what was coming to her, and if she had just been like left as is and her mother didn't see her for days and did a certain thing, all of that would have been good. However, I will take a little thought process to the realistic direction of things, that what Shizuka and the boy are doing is a little bit fucked up and sociopathic, realistically. But also, again, Marina deserved it, so as long as they don't go casually murdering other people who don't deserve it, I think it's fine to leave things as it is. But otherwise, hopefully Shizuka doesn't go down a bad path from here. You know, she killed her bully. Well, her bully got killed. She didn't do it. I'm not going to stress that one enough. So she is innocent in the whole situation, other than trying to cover it up. From here, she's kind of responsible for something. Because, like, the same situation as, like, I don't know, you discovering your best friend's body lying dead somewhere and you decide to bury it because, like, you guys just had a big fight or something. Like, that kind of thing is, like, you're just as responsible. So from this point, she might be a little bit responsible. But, like, the actual death, not on her. Damn, even she was struck. He, they. What's Takopi supposed to be? I think Takopi is one of those, like, genderless aliens, so this still kind of works. And he looks so fucking done already, and they just got started. Like, he got dragged into this because he was concerned for Shizuka, and meanwhile he's like, I'm actually helping bury a dead body. I'm 9, why am I helping bury a dead body? Now, you can't go home all smiley. Your mother will question what's up. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is actually gonna be so bad for him. What if Marina's bitch of a mother saw her walking home with Shizuka? Oh no. I actually might feel a little bad for Takopi. Like, his dumbass not doing shit sooner was what caused this entire issue. But yeah, this could be bad. She's not cheerful at home, and that's gonna be a dead giveaway. Literalness on dead. Well, since we all know where this is about to go, 07's for Takopi. Who knows, maybe he'll get angry and take out the mother too. And meanwhile, Takopi understands immediately the kind of situation that Marina was coming from. Again, still not giving justification for trying to murder Shizuka or get her animal taken away. I still hate that bitch, rightfully so. I still don't know, like, on who I hate more, her or Ira. I think her, because at least Ira apologized for one of the two things she did wrong. You know, usually that kind of facial expression is used for comedic reasons. This time, not so much. Okay, to be fair, my guy, you're both pieces of shit, too. Like, this whole family is filled with garbage. You know, you're seeing a horror while your wife is meant to be depressed. Your wife's a bitch to your daughter because you're seeing a horror, and now you're making her cry for buying some furnishings? And then your totally not real, or totally not an alien daughter comes home, and you completely ignore her. Like, listen, I'm also not going to blame Takopi on if something happens to these people. I'm not going to be as overjoyed, but I also will not blame Takopi. The irony. Get the irony? Yeah. Love each other. You gotta feel bad for alien races that don't teach their people before they go to other planets. Like, well, this wasn't the planet he was supposed to go to this entire time, and that intro bit where he got shot down was literal. Like, maybe Takopi was on the way to Mars or something instead. Well, yeah, unfortunately, that top thing, that's kind of like the thought of every child and a lot of adults in recent memory. That they think crying and being upset about shit will get them out of things. That ain't true. And listen, I'm not just bullshitting. The amount of, like, Karen videos I watch people react to, because it's not fun to react to them myself. There's so many people that think crying will get them out of shit, and it just doesn't work that way. Like, maybe crying and offering to Lig, but... Who the fuck's this dude? Oh, okay, he's the nerdy kid's brother who gets more love from the parents. Okay, I was wondering for 2 seconds what Shizuka was doing with those creepy hands, but I think she's trying to snag the grasshopper. Hey, what? You're suggesting that the kid takes his ring? Damn, she really did turn to a life of crime once she witnessed that murder, huh? I mean, granted, as long as she don't do much crazy shit herself. Yeah, nah, she did kind of turn a certain way, huh? Now, like, I can't blame her for getting a thrill out of doing illegal shit. Because, like, isn't that why people do illegal shit to begin with? Is the thrill of it? But, like, damn. Like, you cannot use female Riz at the age of 9 to push people into doing things they're suggesting them to do. That is so uncool. Where the fuck did he come from? It. I'm still confused on what. I'm just relegating to he because I think the voice actor might be a guy. Maybe. If I'm wrong and I'm taking offense to that, I'm sorry, but like, it's very unclear onto what Takopi is. Okay, but that suggesting makes it sound like Shizuka wants him to murder his brother. What kind of other fucked up shit is he gonna see going into his room, though? A nice little box for it. Oh. That actually would give me more reason to steal it personally, but I'm also a spiteful bitch. Because that's how pathetic people are. They get everything they want and still want more. And I know vaguely that might sound hypocritical, but also consider like it's one thing to like be happy with the stuff you're already getting and then want more and then be miserable even if you're getting a bunch of shit and still want things that don't cost money. Because like on the hypocritical sense, yeah, sure, people could look at me and be like, well, why are you so depressed all the time? You have all that cool shit in your background and whatever else. Yeah, that's cool. But also take into consideration, I also don't have, friends, much family that gives a shit about me, or, any hope of a significant other I could, like, have my life be happy with. And people always say, oh, you don't need a significant other to be happy. No, but it certainly wouldn't hurt. Yeah, now's the chance to escape or hide. Jump out the fucking window. Oh, he loaned the kid the wings. That's funny. Oh no. What do you mean weight limit exceed? How light can those wings hold? The kid cannot be more than 80 pounds. What do you mean by battery depleted? Oh no. Oh, that's not good. Okay, Takopi was able to save the kid before he went splat. That's good. Yeah, no, the kid almost fucking died. Because Takopi could not be trusted. Oh god, not again! Did you at least hit a bush? Okay, he is alive. Because, like, listen, I know I just spent last episode around this point celebrating a child's death, but he does not deserve it. Like, he's a very troubled child as well, but at least he wasn't turning to beating on an innocent girl whose mother is a whore. Yeah, honestly, it's like the shock of getting caught and then of almost dying it left him once he saw Takopi, and now it's time to cry. Which, he's a child, so I can't blame him for. Just his pride. Okay, one, base take, his mother's pretty. Two, why do I think this is going to go in a weird direction, actually? Okay, also base take, just like an Asian family for, punishing a child getting 90% instead of 100%. And I mean that with all of the love. Okay, no, it didn't take a weird place. It also is, yeah, he just has a very traumatic home life because his mother is like the most stereotypical thing you could consider. Hey, listen, he has promise. Some people don't. But he probably has promise. And she's went a full episode length without being, like, scarred up or dirty or anything like that. Weird, right? Well, there's the actual crying. Yeah, and now freaking out the entire class, by the way. The fact that those three are being so chummy, and for the entire school year, Marina has hated Shizuka. Actually, that's probably funny as shit. Is just seeing the change in reaction from all of them. Oh god, especially without being that friendly. No, having everyone's perspective of that little cunt being changed because of this kind of thing is the best result that could have happened. Like, her being taken down was one thing. This is just an amazing follow up. Okay, for 2 seconds I kind of thought Takopi was about to eat books. That's so fucking rude to do to a child, though. Like, unless it's the child that actively plays with bugs, that's so rude to do. The music is all happy-go-lucky, something's about to fucking go wrong. Oh. Yeah, like that. Yeah, he almost kind of died. Hey, the camera was pretty useful. They got to go back in time several times, and then it was very useful as a blunt instrument. Okay, that's kind of cool. No, it can't, because he already tried to do that multiple times. And that same little cunt did the same thing every time. So he did the finalizing answer of what they should have done the first go back through. Actually, theoretically, couldn't they have, in like one of the first go backs through, kind of that, I don't know, like, called the cops on Marina? You know, call the cops and, you know, pretend to be like her mother or something and be like, my child was supposed to be home at this time, but she's not here yet. Could you guys find her? And then the entire thing would have shifted. Maybe it wouldn't have stopped her from being a cunt and trying something later, but at least that specific day, she would have been held up by the policeman. Didn't your ship get destroyed? The fact you're sleeping with a whore? Oh. Oh no. Takopi, you're about to write a whole new situation for yourself. Yeah, he did not think on that too well. Oh well, maybe this will come down to the parents being killed. Like, don't judge me for how not to feel about the parents, because they're both pieces of shit in their own regard. And Takopi's just there with blissful ignorance like always. Like, the show became so much better once the actual child died. But now by this point it's like, some things I feel really awkward about, but then it's like justified. Because again, the parents are also garbage. So like, is she gonna go live with the father? Is the mother gonna do herself in? We have like 5 minutes left of the episode, so... Oh well, I missed out my time, whatever. And now the mother's about to lay into you. Well, I say again, 07's Takopi. But maybe this will like knock your head on straight. Honestly, I was expecting her to like be thrown out or thrown into a wall or something. Well, now Takopi's at least getting a perspective on what Marina-chan was going through. Again, I'm not excusing little cunt rag. I think she got so stressed out she passed out. But honestly, that's kind of base too, because I've been so pissed off I've nearly passed out. Correct. A shame it's too late for you to realize that. No, there is no but. Like, yeah, she had a traumatizing household. But see, that's kind of how it goes. Like, she could have chosen to do better things than cause Shizuka hell. You know, she could have plotted to go kill Shizuka's mother instead of Shizuka. That would have been more understandable and logical. You know, fucking find daddy's condoms and poke holes in them so you're forced to have a baby sister. And while that'd make things more dramatic, at least it might teach him to stop sleeping around with whores. But she chose the wrong option. Yeah, the first like 2 years when Marina probably had a good life, and then once she went 90%, like babies tend to do, the father probably went, I don't want to deal with this shit, and went to fuck a whore. But no reason for the mother to have done the thing she did. You should not be. Some people deserve... Oh no. Oh no, that's even worse. Yeah, you found a child that absolutely deserved to be dead. Now, since this is another episode that people are going to judge me for feeling too heated, let's go over the facts. Because the facts are what matter here. Is it, in theory, wrong for me to be so overjoyed about a child being killed? Sure. However, it is not when you consider the things I have said many times in this episode. I'm not going to repeat them again, because if you don't find that, like, the life of the reason of somebody's animal being taken away isn't equivalent exchange for that animal being taken away, you might just be a sociopath. However, now I'll get into the more finite details of things. The fact I think Marina dying is a good thing is going to stay just where it is. However, I will say the after effects of what it might have done to Shizuka might be a little far, because it seems like she actually might be like more into doing bad things, like the hood rat kid, after having one thing happen already. So, like, is this going to be a long-term effect and she'll continue to suggest doing really fucked up things? Is Chappie actually okay and with her father, so, like, they'll be reunited soon? Is her father going to be overjoyed to see her when he does? Is he going to be doing some really fucked up things himself? You know, is Marina's mother and father actually going to separate? Is the mother going to off herself? These are a bunch of other small detail questions I do have in mind. Like, I will 100% like defend myself on the hoping about Marina thing happened and it did, and I'm not backing down from that at all. Like, I hate animal abusers in any age, shape, size, religion, whatever. Because as full honest and transparency, even if it's an accident, if you kill an animal, I'll still think unkindly of you. Like, my father accidentally killed a kitten we had at one point, and I think that was the very first instant of me starting to hate him, and then him abusing drugs and mentally abusing me for many years kind of like drilled that in more. But I think that's also probably why I have more of a stance against parents like Marina's mother, who is physically abusing her. And I have more of a stance on any form of abuse, physical, mental, emotional, whatever, because of that kind of thing, probably. But also, if you don't have a strong stance against that in general, that means you had too good of a home life, and maybe you should, like, research stuff more. But I have already been at this for 65 minutes. Because that involved a lot of talking, a lot more spite, a lot more venom, and I was promised episodes 4 and 5 are good. So I'm at least going to check out episode 4 before I quit my session today so I can get to editing and maybe stream after doing some editing, because I haven't even uploaded once today, and it's definitely a thing I need to be doing. But I also want to see if episode 4 is as good as people have told me. And the title of the next episode seems like it could go one of two ways. So, you can let me know your thoughts as far as everything I said, the episode, the series thus far, and all of that. Because, like, I have my strong opinions, I will hold to them, and if you don't share those same opinions, I do apologize if I got a little too strong with them. But if you're not an animal lover, you have zero idea where I'm coming from with any of this, so. But, that being said, hit the like button, subscribe if you appreciate my stance on animals and, abuse and all that stuff. Subscribe to the gaming channel in the description, ring both bells like Facebook, follow, Twitter, and Blue Sky, keep updated with things. TikTok, Patreon, get the full and visual and audio video and audio of the stuff I upload here. However, that can only be done on a monthly basis because there's only a specific amount of storage that Patreon gives unless there's new subscribers on a regular basis. So, if that encourages you, highly appreciated. Otherwise, speaking of more free stuff, you can go follow on Purple Prime for free. I started a green account I plan on doing stuff on soon. Hopefully get that back to me about actually giving me my main username instead of the one that needs numbers. Check out the playlist here. Let it run through of conversations with stuff within whatever. Check out the video recommended to you by YouTube here, or the bigger version if you're watching cut up video, because at least episodes 2, or the second half of episode 2 and this episode 3, I'll actually not mind cutting up and editing for the most part, because I get to at least skip over a lot of the stuff I fast forwarded in episode 2. That being said, it's been the Blazer King with King's Critiques. Now, ta for now. Peace.